Welcome back to another episode of the Power Podcast. Today we have very special guest Michelle with us. And yes, Michelle, can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure, I'd be happy to. My name is Michelle Steiner. I live in the United States with my husband Ron, our two cats, Jack and Sparrow. I am a writer, a speaker, and a photographer, and I'm a paraeducator.
That's great. So, Michelle, can you please tell our audience what kind of disabilities you have?
Sure. I have a learning disability in math. I have dyscalculia, which is a math learning disability, which gives me difficulty with how numbers work. I also have visual perception issues, but that is in my brain, not in my eyes. And I have limited hand dexterity in both of my hands.
What things are you used to cope up with this disability?
One of the things that I have to do in my life is I have to find ways around being able to solve everyday problems. For example, when I was in school, I used having a note taker. I had extended test time. I had a specialty instruction for a number of years. I and then in my everyday life, and that is what has helped me to be successful in my life. I was able to get my bachelor's degree. I was able to go to school and do well in my classes, everything except for math. I still can't figure that one out. But
Hmm.
and then in my life today, I'll use different tools to be able to help myself. I cannot read the face of a clock, so I use a digital watch or I'll use my Fitbit. I might have difficulty with opening up cans in the kitchen, so I have an electric can opener and bottle openers to be able to help because my hands are difficult with the limited hand dexterity. I'm not able to drive, so I'm lucky to be able to get a ride to the places I need to go. And I'm able also to walk to different places. So I think that those are some things that have really helped me in my life be able to function and work and live and go to school.
Lots of people with the same disability, most of the times they spend their time in depression and overthinking. So, what is your message to them?
One of the things that try to tell people is to be able to to know what they want to be able to do and to find a way to do it. I know with me, I had to make some really wise decisions. I knew that I wanted to work with students and I wanted to go to college, but I knew being a certified teacher was not going to be the way for me because I'm not a very great test taker. And so I chose programs that had the least amount of math and science possible. And I really looked for ways of things that were of interest to me that I could do, but didn't require a lot of the things that I really had a lot of difficulty with. And I also just would love to encourage people to just to find those ways. What are some ways that you can be able to help yourself? I mean, it's going to be different for everybody, but find those things that you can do. And I always tell people too that success doesn't always come in the package that you expect. Sometimes it comes in something even better. And another thing is that I always love to say is do the things that you like to do because you'll feel more empowered. If I go and do things I like, such as reading or taking pictures or writing, I feel empowered because I can do that. I'm not as frustrated. But if I focus on the things I can't do and the things I don't have, then I'm usually negative. And so I think it's focusing on those things you can do that are in your control and letting go the things that aren't.
Yes, yes, I also agree with you. Like, we have to focus on things that we have and not on things that
Mhm.
are out of our control. So, I really like your approach towards life, your vision towards life. It's really unique. Thank you so much, Michelle, for being on my podcast and share your experience with our audience.